Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about using the Jones tool to strip into an outside plant. Fiber optic cable has the armor on the outside. The Jones tool, it has two blade settings. It's going to be hard to see it in this video. The blade, you can adjust the blade so that it is for the ring cut, so that it is perpendicular with the tool, so the blade's facing this way. And you could also turn it 90-degree angle so it's facing the opposite way, so you can strip the cable lengthwise. Today we're just going to put it back into that mode, and what I want you to do is I want you to pull the blade all the way into the housing. Then you're going to set your tool onto your cable about 4 inches down, and you want to adjust this tool so it's tight by using this adjustment knob on the end. So we get that tight so it's not wobbling all over and your cut doesn't walk up and down the cable. And then what I like to do is I like to place the tool at the very end of the cable and clamp it down, just so I can put the blade out enough that you can see where it's going to cut through that armor jacket but not go through the inner sheath. You could adjust it by looking down in there and adjust the blade to the depth that you think is going to work. And then if you don't get the adjustment right the first time, no worries, because you're only going to be taking off the 4 inches of this cable. So that's where you want to adjust your tool. So you put it on there, clamp it down, you go around once, twice, 3 times, take the tool off. That jacket should snap. So then you got your little piece of cable, jacket, you got the inner jacket, it's got this. This is a dry cable, so it has this paper that would actually turn to icky pick if it gets wet. And then you have 2 pull cords. You want to make sure that when you cut down into your cable that you don't go into the inner sheath, so you can look and make sure that your blade didn't go too deep and nick the buffer tubes on the inside. And you got these 2 pull cords. I like to take a small diagonal cutter, slide it right in underneath the armor, and just make a starter for your ripcord on both sides. I just want to stress that that armor jacket is very sharp, and when you start pulling it away, it's easy to cut yourself. So it's always a good idea to throw on a pair of gloves. Once you get out and start splicing, if you lay your hand open, then you're not going to be good to anybody. So protect your hands while you're doing this. Take a needle nose pliers, wrap it around your pull cord, and get it started in that little hole that you created with your dikes. And then you just pull your ripcord back to wherever you ring the cable. You can pull it on one side and you're actually able to pull this cable out of there fairly easily, but if you want to make it super easy, throw it on the other side, do the second ripcord, and it comes off super easy. So sometimes when you try to strip out the outer sheath, the ripcord might either be rotted or old, or doesn't exist, or you just break it off. Another way to get into the outer sheath and strip it off lengthwise is to take your Jones tool and turn the blade 90 degrees. And then what I like to do, you got that perfect ring cut. I like to take this knob and just put like half to 3/4 of a turn extra on there to make sure you got enough depth. Pick up your cable where you have your ring cut. Go beyond the ring cut a far enough length so that you can put in your bullet bond, whichever type you're using. Clamp your tool onto this. Once you've done that, at this point you could take the cable and you could pull it out on the one side where you just slid it down. Or a second way to do this, to make it super easy, is go back to your ring cut, insert the blade on the complete opposite side of where you just cut that. And pull it again. And as you see, it basically falls off into two pieces. And you're down to where you're going to insert your bullet bonds.